Here is a pull workout or a back workout that I did. A few poses there. So I'm 1.75 m in height and about 85 to 86 kilos body weight. And that was just a 220 kilo warm up there. And then my top set was 240 kilos for 3 reps. And I didn't use a belt and it felt okay. Didn't feel the strongest, but it still moved all right, I guess. And then for the last 2 sets, I did 230 kilos for 3 reps with no belt as well. And yeah, these moved okay. I was hoping to get 240 kilos for all 3 sets, but it is what it is. I'm still happy with this performance. And yeah, I'm using the Texas deadlift bar here, which, to be honest, I don't think it's been broken in very much because it doesn't bend as much as I thought it would. So there's not much difference to using a normal barbell, to be honest. But yeah, then I moved into bodyweight pull-ups just as a warm-up. I always do 20 reps just to start off with, and you can sort of see how much rest I'm taking in between each rep and how explosive I'm being on the way up. I always find it's best to be explosive if you can, even if you're just warming up.
So I like to treat my warm-ups the exact same as I would with my top sets. This just helps me to apply dedication and discipline, helps to prime my nervous system and my mind and body, ready for my weighted sets as well.
Yeah, by this point I could definitely feel it in my forearms and my heart was pumping like crazy. It's definitely cardio. I'm counting it as cardio. Anything over 8 reps has to be cardio. So if anyone asks, yes, I do cardio. And anyway, this is the first weighted pull-up set that I did, 60 kilos. I managed 4 reps. The 4th one wasn't that great. The first 3 were good though. But that's, as expected. I'm not sort of annoyed by it. And this was the second set. I think the first 2 to 3 were decent, and then the last 4th one wasn't as decent. I mean, these are dead stop pull-ups where you sort of pause in between each rep. Whereas if I did sort of non-stop pull-ups where there's sort of no stop in momentum between each rep, I perhaps would be able to get a bit higher on that 4th rep. But I think it's better to, practice dead stop pull-ups because you're sort of spending more time in the stretch position, the bottom of the rep, which is the weakest position. And if you can get stronger in the weakest position, then you'll be stronger overall. So that's how it works in my brain. But yeah, I did some shrugs after that, and I don't know what these are called, but the hardest part was preventing them from banging into each other, which they kept doing. But yeah, these felt really heavy, and I got a really good stretch in my traps, and these were quite hard to hold on to, especially after those weighted pull-ups, but they were quite fun. And then after that, I moved into face pulls. I like to do these seated, and I'm really focusing on pulling my elbows back rather than focusing on my hands. I sort of imagine my hands are hooks, hooking onto the rope, and then the power comes from pulling the elbows back and engaging the upper back and the rear delts. So that would be my tip for this exercise. And do it seated on the floor as well, because it's more stable and you can use more weight, basically. But yeah, then I tried doing these oblique crunches, which were okay. Not the best exercise, and I used this thick handle as well, which, to be honest, it didn't really make a difference. But yeah, after that, I moved on to some of these. I think this is called Rolling Thunder. It's like a grip exercise. It's a super thick handle, which spins, and then you just sort of hold it as long as you can, really. And then I moved on to this, which is called a pinch block. It's a block that you pinch, and these are really hard, especially at the end of a session. I'd struggle to hold it there for 10 seconds, but they're good to train. And then I did some curls on the easy curl bar instead of a straight bar, because if we were to use a straight bar, it would be a lot of unnecessary pressure and, stress on the wrist. And, you don't want to hurt your wrists. And then to finish off, I did reverse curls with a barbell, just a normal barbell, just to pump the muscles up and, yeah, just finish off nice and easy. Anyway, thanks for watching.